Hello again. Thanks for joining me this month. One-line wisdom quotes. That's what I want to talk to you about this month. One-liners. At certain times in our lives, we need to seek God for wisdom. Most of the time, in fact, but certain times more than others. We've dug ourselves into a hole and we need to get out. And we need a word from God, from the scripture, or a thought from godly men and women. Those scriptures or little sayings can help us a great deal. I remember one particularly low point in my life. I was working as a supply teacher and I had a mark book. Here's that mark book. You can see it there, scribbled all over with coffee stains down near the bottom, near my fingers. And you'll notice near the top it says, wisdom is the principal thing. I wrote all over the cover of this mark book these pearls of wisdom, these one-liners, because I wanted to encourage myself when I was feeling particularly discouraged with a difficult class and wondering what was I doing in this school where I was a supply teacher. I was used to being a head of department with status and position. Some of the pupils used to come by the front desk and look at my book and say, "What does that mean, sir?" And I talked to them about the sayings. And that's what I want to do with you this month. Read these one-liners and think about them. They will transform your mind, as Romans 12 and verse 2 talks about the transformation of our mind. I'll start with that one from Proverbs. Solomon wrote many one-liners. Here's one of my favourites, the one that was written in big on my mark book there. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. Proverbs 4 verse 7. Money should not be our main aim, or fame or happiness. Wisdom should be our main objective. I don't have a sister, but wisdom is described in Proverbs as a sister. Proverbs 7 and verse 4. If you've got your sister with you, she'll give you good advice. Not always welcome advice maybe, but good advice, because sisters are wise. And wisdom can be like a sister to us. She will also lead us to riches and honour as long as we listen to her. That's Proverbs 8 and verse 18. So meditate on these one-liners one at a time. You may need some time to chew on them before you obtain the real truth, because they're not over obvious just by one listening or one reading. First one then, if time heals, God is unnecessary. People say, well, let some time go by. You'll heal. Well, okay, let some water under the bridge. But, okay, some time may have to go by if you've had a difficult experience, but it is God who heals, not time. You cannot correct what you're unwilling to confront. Some people live in a difficult marriage, a difficult job, difficult situation, and they're not willing to go to their spouse or their boss or their colleague or their family member and say, listen, something's got to change. This is wrong. You need to confront. Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers, not the peacekeepers. Don't just keep pushing it under a carpet. Never complain about what you permit. If you allow it, why do you complain about it? If you don't like something and you're not willing to confront it, stop complaining about it. You're the one who is allowing it, so never complain about what you permit. Broken people are experts at mending others. If you've gone through particularly bad times yourself, you can help others because you know how they feel. You know what they've gone through. What you fail to master will eventually master you. Suppose you've got a bad temper and you don't master it. Then eventually that bad temper is going to get you into trouble. You'll say the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person. Go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. Go to where people really want to hear what you say or enjoy who you are, rather than just go and they put up with you. So go where you're celebrated and not where you are tolerated. If you're not sure about whether you should be in this particular group or church or society, they put up with you, but they don't celebrate you. Well, don't go there. Go where you're celebrated, not where you are tolerated. Injustice is only as powerful as your memory of it. Now you may need, as I say, to chew over that. Injustice is only as powerful as your memory of it. If somebody's done you wrong and it was unjust, and you think about it in your mind, and you keep it in your memory, it will become powerful. But it's only as powerful as you meditate upon it. So don't think about it. Just let it go. You cannot conquer what you refuse to hate. You've got to hate certain things, like your temper, other things like that, like the way you leave stuff around the house and annoy your wife or your husband. Different things that you do, different ways that you are. You've got to hate sin, basically. You cannot conquer it unless you hate it. Struggle is the proof that you have not yet been conquered. If you're still trying to get yourself out of debt, or you're still trying to make your life better, you're struggling, working hard, it's a proof that you have not been conquered. So get up again, don't stay down, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start over. Those who do not recognize your assignment do not qualify for a relationship. Now, some people really appreciate my teaching gift. Others, they don't even recognize it. And people who don't recognize your gift and your assignment, what God has called you to do, they don't qualify for a relationship. Anger is the birthplace of solutions. If you see a problem and it really makes you angry, then you get angry enough to find a way through. In other words, a solution. Another one similar. Discontent is the catalyst for change. If you're not content about something, you'll change it and it will speed you up. Catalyst means to speed up. Silence cannot be misquoted. You're in a situation with somebody, having a bit of an argument maybe, keep quiet, because they cannot misquote something that you never said. Silence cannot be misquoted. I love this next one. God never consults your past to determine your future. You may think, well, God, I did this and that and the other in my past. I was really stupid. God doesn't consult your past to determine your future. The only reason you fail is a lack of focus. In other words, you're trying to do something, but you're not really focused on the job, so you don't get it right. You fail because of a lack of focus. The secret of your future success is in your daily routine. If you want to lose weight, for example, you want to get to your target weight, that's your aim, It's in your daily routine. It's no use just missing a meal now and then. You're going to have to make every day, you're going to have to work at it. Success is in your daily routine. What you do every day is going to determine whether or not you succeed. Never discuss your problems with someone unable to solve them. If you've got a problem with your tooth, then you don't go to a foot specialist because you can't solve it. You go to someone who can solve it. You go to a dentist. So never discuss a problem with someone who's unable to solve it for you. Think about that. You go to a neighbour and you talk to them about something, and they don't know any more than you do. So why bother talking about it? It's just gossip. So don't go and discuss your problems with someone who can't help you solve them. You cannot be what you are not, but you can become what you are not. Now think about that. If you are who you are at the moment, that's who you are, but you can become someone better. You cannot be what you're not, but you can become what you're not. So take hope, take encouragement. Micah 7:8, all men fall, but great men get up again. Everybody falls. Everybody makes mistakes. We all fall over. But great men, the definition of greatness is you get up again. You don't get discouraged. You get up. You will only succeed when your goal becomes your obsession. People say to me, David, you're obsessed with teaching. I say, yeah, I know. And I'm going to stay obsessed and focused upon the gift that God has given me because I want to succeed. You'll only succeed when your goal becomes your obsession. Uncommon men are simply common men who have recognized their uncommon gift. Now, I'm just an ordinary bloke, but God has given me a special gift to teach and to explain things, especially the things of God. So I'm an uncommon man because I've recognized that even though I'm just a common man, I've got an uncommon gift. Meditate about it. Recognition of your dominant gift can move you from obscurity to significance in one day. This happened to Joseph. Read Genesis 41 and 39. I remember I was in a forest cutting wood with a chainsaw, and I said, Lord, what am I doing? I'm a teacher. And then doors opened, and we founded, Veronica and I founded DHMI, and I've now got a platform where I teach the world, teach nations, from cutting wood, a place of obscurity, to significance. Didn't happen just in one day for me, but it did for Joseph, and it can for you. Two more. You will only be remembered for two things: the problems you solve and the problems you create. People will look back on my life and say, oh yeah, David, he solved quite a number of problems for me. Or, did David create a lot of problems for me? You'll be remembered for two things. And lastly, if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. Moses endured as seeing him who is invisible, Hebrews 11. Now, these are some of the compasses that I've used in order to make wise decisions. I hope you too will benefit from them as I have done. God bless you, and thanks for listening.